To see a football player play for two different countries at youth level is not very uncommon. Bayern Munich's Jamal Musiala, for example, played for both the German and England youth teams before deciding to represent Germany at senior level. But for a footballer to play for two different countries at senior level is far rarer, and that's mainly because it's quite difficult to do so. In order to switch allegiances to a different country, you can't have played a competitive game for the original country you played for. That's why in this video we take a look at 7 footballers who played for 2 different countries at senior level. As always, please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Number 7. Diego Costa. Born in Brazil, Diego Costa never played professionally in his native country, as he signed for Portuguese club Braga at age 18. He never played for the Brazilian youth teams, but in 2013, after impressing for Atletico Madrid, he was called up to the senior national team. He made 2 appearances in friendly games, but later expressed a desire to play for the Spanish national team. Then Brazilian coach Scolari was enraged by this, stating Costa was turning his back on a dream of millions. But Costa made his name in Spain, not Brazil, so it was understandable why he wanted to switch allegiances. FIFA accepted his switch, and in 2014 he made his second international debut. Overall, he played in 2 World Cup tournaments for Spain, making 24 appearances and scoring 10 goals. Number 6. Wilfred Zaha. Born in Ivory Coast, Zaha moved to South London Croydon with his family at the age of 4. There he grew up in the Crystal Palace Academy, and in 2011, after impressing in the Championship, he was called up to the England under-19s team. There he went from strength to strength and was a regular in the under-21s before making his senior debut in a friendly match against Sweden in 2012. He made 2 appearances for the Three Lions but was not called up again despite strong performances in the Premier League. After 4 years without a call-up to the England team, Zaha got fed up and decided that he wanted to play for Ivory Coast instead. Gareth Southgate tried to convince him not to change allegiances, but in 2017 he was named in the Ivory Coast AFCON team. And he's not looked back ever since, with now 31 caps and counting for his native country under his belt. Number 5. Declan Rice. Born and raised in London, Declan Rice was eligible to play for Ireland as his grandparents were of Irish descent. He started his international career in the Ireland under-16 team and worked his way through various youth teams to eventually make his senior debut in 2018. But after 3 appearances for the Irish, he was omitted from the squad as he was considering switching his allegiances to England. Then manager Mick McCarthy and his assistant Robbie Keane tried to convince Rice to stay with Ireland, telling him he was a potential future captain and that the team would be built around him. That didn't work, and Rice officially switched to England in 2019. Shortly after, Gareth Southgate called him up to the squad for the Euro 2020 qualifiers. Rice later stated that he received death threats for his decision to switch countries, but it's unlikely that he regrets his decision after making 39 appearances for the Three Lions thus far at only 24 years of age and playing a huge role for the country in the 2022 World Cup, a tournament Ireland failed to qualify for. Number 4. Thiago Motta. PSG icon Thiago Motta was born in Sao Paulo and originally declared his intention to play for the Samba Boys. He had played for the under-17 Brazil team all the way back in 1999, and then in 2003 he played twice for the senior team. But that was as good as it got for Motta in South America, and in 2011, after an 8-year absence, he returned to international football, this time for Italy. His paternal grandfather was Italian, so Motta was able to switch allegiances on that basis. He made his Italy debut against Germany in 2011 and then featured for them in the 2012 Euros. He went on to play in 2 more major tournaments, and his last Italy cap came in 2016. He finished his international career with 30 appearances and 1 goal. Number 3. Jermaine Jones. Now for perhaps a lesser known name, Jermaine Jones. Born in Germany, Jones played for all levels of the German team between 2001 and 2008. He came up in Eintracht Frankfurt's youth team and made 3 appearances for the senior team under Joachim Löw. But with competition like Schweinsteiger and Ballack, it became clear to Jones that he didn't have much of a future for the German national side. And since his father was American, Jones declared his intentions to play for the US national team. In 2009, he was cleared up by FIFA to play for the US, but injury prevented him from playing in the 2010 World Cup. But he did play in the 2014 World Cup and even played against his native Germany. And though the USA disappointed in that tournament, Jones was praised for his leadership qualities. He ended his US international career in 2017 with 69 appearances. Number 2. Jeffrey Kondogbia. Atletico midfielder Jeffrey Kondogbia earned 57 caps for France across its youth teams. He came up in the French system with the likes of Paul Pogba and Samuel Umtiti and won the 2013 Under-20 World Cup with them. But unfortunately, he wasn't with them in 2018 to win the real thing. In 2013 and 2014, he racked up 5 caps for France, but was not selected again after that. This was presumably because of the vast amount of talent that was coming out of the French national setup, with the likes of Kante, Pogba and Matuidi all in front of Kondogbia in the pecking order. So in 2018, he switched allegiances to his parents' home country, the Central African Republic. Thus far, he has 8 caps for them as the country struggles to qualify for major tournaments. Number 1. Anke Williams. Anke Williams has technically played for 3 different countries in his career. Born in Bilbao, he rose through Athletic Bilbao's academy and has made over 350 first-team appearances for the club. He made several appearances for the Spanish under-21 side and made his international debut for the full national team in 2016, but was never called up again thereafter. Between 2018 and 2020, he made a couple appearances for the Basque Country national football team, a non-FIFA affiliated team. After years of not being called up for Spain again, the possibility to play for his country of origin, Ghana, arose. Initially, he played it down, stating that he didn't feel 100% Ghanaian and didn't want to take the place of someone who did. But in July 2022, ahead of the World Cup in Qatar, he announced a desire to represent Ghana. A couple months later, he made his debut and then went on to play for them in the tournament, whilst his younger brother Nico played for Spain. And that was it for the 7 footballers who played for 2 different countries at senior level. Comment down below any players who we missed out on this list, and as always, please like, comment and subscribe.